Dr. Maya Elson was a renowned linguist specializing in ancient languages. For years, she had been working on deciphering the script of a long-lost civilization known as the Auralites. The Auralites were enigmatic. They left behind no artifacts except for peculiar stone tablets covered in intricate symbols that seemed to defy translation. One day, Maya received a package containing a fragment of an Auralite tablet unearthed during a new excavation. Unlike previous samples, this fragment had a strange metallic sheen and emitted a faint hum when touched. Intrigued, she brought it to her lab for analysis. As she began to examine the fragment under a high-resolution scanner, the room filled with an ethereal sound, a series of tones that resonated in harmonic patterns. Startled, Maya realized that the symbols were interacting with the scanning equipment, converting light into sound. She recorded the audio and played it back repeatedly, noticing that the tones followed a mathematical sequence. With the help of a mathematician colleague, Dr. Alan Chen, they plotted the frequencies and discovered they corresponded to specific numerical values. "It's a sonic language," Alan concluded. "They're communicating through sound frequencies encoded in these symbols." Maya's excitement grew. "If we can decode this, we might be able to understand their language, maybe even their thoughts." They worked tirelessly, mapping symbols to sounds, sounds to numbers, and numbers to concepts. Slowly, a pattern emerged, a repeating sequence that hinted at a message. One evening, after hours of analysis, Maya decided to play the sequence in its entirety. As the tones filled the lab, she felt a peculiar sensation, as if the room were expanding. The walls seemed to fade, replaced by a vast expanse of stars and swirling galaxies. She wasn't hallucinating. Alan, who was present, experienced it too. "Are you seeing this?" he whispered. They found themselves in a luminous space, face to face with translucent figures composed of light and sound, the Auralites. "Welcome," a harmonious voice echoed in their minds. "You have unlocked the gateway." Maya felt both awe and trepidation. "Who are you?" "We are the echoes," the voice replied. "Beings existing between dimensions, embodying knowledge accumulated over millennia." "Why did you leave your tablets on Earth?" Alan asked. "To share wisdom," the echoes responded. "To offer your kind a path to higher understanding." Maya gathered her courage. "What is it you wish to teach us?" "That reality is not confined to the physical," the echoes conveyed. "Perception extends beyond the senses. Understanding arises from the harmony between matter and energy, body and consciousness." As quickly as it began, the vision dissipated. Maya and Alan found themselves back in the lab, the tones fading into silence. Over the following days, they noticed subtle changes. Their senses were heightened, colors seemed more vibrant, sounds more nuanced. They could grasp complex concepts effortlessly, their minds attuned to patterns they had never noticed before. News of their experience spread cautiously among the scientific community. Some were skeptical, others curious. Maya and Alan published a paper detailing their findings, emphasizing the potential for new insights into human consciousness. However, as more researchers attempted to replicate the experiment, unintended consequences emerged. Some experienced sensory overloads, others fell into catatonic states. The government grew concerned about the implications and moved to regulate further study. A meeting was convened with top officials and scientists. Maya stood before the assembly, facing critical gazes. "What you've unleashed is unpredictable," an official stated. "We cannot allow this to continue without understanding the risks." Maya replied calmly. "The Auralites offered us a gift, a chance to expand our perception and advance collectively. Suppressing this knowledge out of fear hinders our progress," a prominent neuroscientist countered. "But at what cost? We've seen individuals harmed by this. Without controlled methods, we risk more damage," Alan interjected. "Perhaps the issue is not the knowledge itself, but how we're approaching it." The echoes emphasized harmony. Maybe we're not ready because we lack the necessary balance in our own society. The room fell silent as attendees pondered his words. After the meeting, Maya and Alan decided to halt their public research. Instead, they formed a small group of interdisciplinary scholars, scientists, philosophers, artists to explore the implications responsibly. Together, they developed practices combining meditation, music, and visualization to prepare individuals for the experience. Participants reported profound insights, enhanced empathy, and a sense of connectedness with others and the universe. Over time, this movement grew quietly, fostering communities that valued balance between technological advancement and ethical considerations. One day, as Maya was reflecting on their journey, she received a message, a series of tones echoing the original sequence, but with subtle differences. Playing them, she once again found herself in the presence of the echoes. "You have chosen wisely," the harmonious voice intoned. "Wisdom without compassion leads to ruin. By seeking harmony, you pave the way for true enlightenment. Will humanity ever be ready to fully embrace your knowledge?" Maya asked. "That depends on the choices you make," the echoes replied. "Each action creates ripples across existence. Continue to seek balance, and the path will unfold." When the vision ended, Maya felt a renewed sense of purpose. She understood that the true gift of the Auralites was not merely advanced knowledge, but the understanding that wisdom must be integrated with ethical responsibility. Maya and her colleagues dedicated themselves to fostering this integration, hoping that one day humanity would be ready to fully engage with the wonders that awaited beyond the limits of perception.